Yeah, hi all. Good evening, everybody. In the last session, we have discussed about inheritance concept. So, in this session, I will brief you once again what's the inheritance with another example. So, how we can create the class? We can create the class here by right click on the package, new and class, new class. So here the class name is HDFC HDFC Bank is the class name. HDFC Bank is the class name. So if you want to achieve the inheritance, we require two classes, superclass and subclass, or parent class and child class. So now I'm going to create one more class, that is class ICICI, created two classes. So generally the banks, what the operations have in banks, the operations are withdrawal and deposit. So I'm going to have one operation, that is withdraw. Why withdraw? Withdraw is a method. Is a method. So what this operation is withdrawing the amount. So the ICICI will allow to withdraw 50,000 per day. Withdraw 50,000 per day. And I'm going to create one more method, that is deposit. Deposit is my method, and then we can deposit 5 lakhs per day. So the bank has two operations. Those are withdrawal operation and then deposit operation. For withdraw, I can withdraw. You can withdraw 50,000 per day. A user can withdraw 50,000 per day. And then deposit, they can deposit 5 lakhs per day. Now, I have another class, that is HDFC Bank. What the operations will have in the HDFC Bank? The HDFC Bank is also have same operations. Those are withdraw operation and then deposit operation. So what I have to do here? I have to write again while withdraw then I'm copying it and then deposit. Have a deposit method. So here what I have done, the same methods again I have written in HDFC Bank. The same whatever the methods are available in ICICI Bank, the same methods also have written in HDFC Bank. So then what's the problem here is it's a waste of time. The same methods, again we are rewriting the same methods again and again. In case if there is one more class, that is SBI Bank. Class SBI bank. There's a one more class. Then what the SBI will have the operations? The same operations. The SBI also will have same operations. Now I have three classes. ICICI Bank is one class, SBI Bank is one class, and then HDFC Bank is one class. I have three classes. All the banks will have the same operations. So all classes require the same code. Then what I have to do, I have to rewrite the same code again and again. What is a waste of time. So instead of that, the the OOPS principles have a beauty, that is the inheritance principle. What if do the inheritance principle? Using inheritance principle, we can achieve the reusability, the code reusability. So that instead of rewriting the same code again and again, what I do, just I will use the inheritance concept so that I can reuse the same code for another classes. So now instead of rewriting the same code again and again, just I will use extends ICICI Bank. Extends ICICI Bank. Now whatever the methods are available in ICICI Bank, these all methods by default available for SBI Bank. This is the reusability. This is the code reusability. How we can reuse the code? We can reuse the code using inheritance principle. That's the beauty of inheritance. And then for HDFC Bank also will have a same operations, so that now for HDFC Bank also use extends ICICI Now, these three classes, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, SBI Bank, these three classes have the same methods. Those are withdraw method, deposit method. Both methods are available for all three classes. This is the reusability. This is the inheritance mechanism. So now I can create an object for any of the class. So how the execution will start in Java program. The Java program execution will start from main method. So main, then I'm going to create an object for SBI Bank. SBI Bank. SBI equal new SBI Bank. It's the object I have created for SBI Bank. Now, the SBI Bank, what are the methods are available in SBI Bank? The SBI Bank has two methods. Those are withdraw method and deposit method. So that I can call those two methods. So using the object reference. What's the object reference here? Object reference is SBI dot deposit. The method. Now the deposit method will call, and then SBI dot withdrawal. The withdrawal method will call. Now how we can run this program? Just give the right click on this program, run as Java application. As you see, we can deposit. We can, sorry, spelling mistakes. run as Java application. So here we can deposit 5 lakhs per day. You can withdraw 50,000 per day. 50,000 per day. So which blank objects are these? These are SBI bank objects because the object I have created for SBI bank. So that these are the methods. And the HDFC bank also I can create. If I want to call HDFC bank methods, then I must create an object for the HDFC bank. So here I'm going to create for HDFC bank. That is the HDFC bank, HDFC equal new HDFC bank. Object I have created for HDFC bank. Even the HDFC bank also have two methods. How it will come these two methods for HDFC bank? Because here I have used extends keyword and then it extends the ICICI bank. Now ICICI bank is the parent class and HDFC bank is the child class. ICICI bank is the super class and HDFC bank is the subclass. We can call either way, super class, subclass, or parent class, child class. Now, ICICI Bank is the super class and HDFC Bank is the child class. So I have created an object for HDFC Bank. The HDFC Bank is also have two methods. What all the methods are available in ICICI Bank by default available for HDFC Bank also, so that I can call those methods HDFC dot withdraw and HDFC dot deposit. So now I can run as Java application. So we can deposit 5 lakhs per day. We can withdraw 50,000 per day. And then again for HDFC Bank, withdraw method is calling. For withdraw method, you can withdraw 50,000 per day. For deposit method, you can deposit 5 lakhs per day. So in case if there is no method, suppose I'm trying to call one more method, that is HDFC dot loan method. HDFC dot loan. Then immediately it will be a compile time error, that is loan method is not available. So what's the compile time error is here? Yes, you see, the method loan is undefined for the type HDFC bank. Because the HDFC bank doesn't have the loan method, so that it is throwing a compile time error. It's a compile time error. But when you call deposit and withdraw, there is no compile time error because the method is available for those objects. And one more thing in inheritance you have to remember is for the parent class object, this class, so I'm going to create an object for the parent class, that is ICICI Bank class is the super class for this SBI Bank and HDFC Bank. I'm going to create an object for ICICI Bank, ICICI equal new ICICI Bank is the object I have created. Now what I do here for parent class, I'm giving the subclass reference, the subclass SBI. Now if you see here, a type mismatch cannot convert from ICICI Bank to SBI Bank. ICICI Bank to SBI Bank. So now what I am doing here is for superclass object, I am giving subclass reference. I am giving subclass reference. If I give subclass reference for superclass, then it will be a compile time error. It will be a compile time error. But for subclass, we can give the superclass reference. See, the object is SBI Bank object. This is the object. For SBI Bank, I have given superclass reference, that is ICICI Bank. For subclass, we can give the superclass reference, but for superclass, we cannot give the subclass reference. So this is the one you have to remember in inheritance concept. So what's the inheritance? Inheritance is a mechanism if a subclass acquires the old, then we call it as a inheritance. In inheritance, for superclass, we cannot give the subclass reference, but for subclass, we can give the superclass reference. This is the inheritance. And what's the next principle in OOPS principles? The next principle is polymorphism. The next principle is polymorphism. What's a polymorphism? So here poly means many. Poly means many. Morphism means forms, many forms. So polymorphism is a many forms. A single thing act as differently. A single thing act as differently. For example, now I'm the Srini. I'm a customer for HDFC Bank. What HDFC Bank call me? HDFC Bank call me as a customer. HDFC Bank call me as a customer. My parents call me child. My brother call me brother. So I am the citizen for India. So I'm the only one, Srini, but one time I'm acting as a customer, one time I'm acting as a brother, one time I'm acting as a child, and other time I'm acting as a citizen. So I'm acting differently. I'm the only one, but acting differently. This is the polymorphism. This is the best example for the polymorphism. Only one acts differently. One time I'm acting as a customer. When I go to the bank, I'm a customer. When I go to my parents, I'm a child. When I go to my brother or sister, I'm the brother. When I go to, I'm a citizen of India. So I'm the only one. Finally, who I am? I'm a Srini. I'm only one, but I'm acting differently based on situation. When I go to bank, I'm a customer. When I go to my parents, I'm a child. When I go to my brother or sister, I'm a brother. When I go to India, I'm a citizen for India. I'm the only one acting differently. This is the polymorphism. Only one will act differently. Polymorphism is many forms. One will act differently based on situation. So then in Java, what's a polymorphism? Polymorphism is many forms. How we can achieve this polymorphism in Java? We can achieve this polymorphism in Java using in two ways. Those are method overloading and method overriding. We have two ways to achieve the polymorphism. Those are method overloading and method overriding. So first let's discuss what's the method overloading. So for discussing method overloading, I am going to create one example for this method overloading. So that is just I'm giving the right click on this package. So the same package may have multiple classes. So in the same package, I'm going to create one more class, that is to describe about this method overloading. Method overloading example. Overloading example is my class name. Method overloading example is my class name. So what is method overloading? If we redefine the same method, more than once in the same class, we call it as a method overloading. But there are some rules we have to follow for this method overloading. So if you redefine the same method more than once in the same class, we call it as a method overloading. Now I'm going to create one method, that is void add of int a comma int b, int a comma int b. So how will you plug the method? This is the method I have created. So here I want to pass two variables, two values, and I want to sum two values. So here for sum for adding two values, I require three variables. So int a and int b and then int c. So now this dot a equal a b b and e equal a. See here what I am going to do. I want to sum two values. If I want to sum two values, I require three variables because one the value a and for other value for b, and then I want to sum these two values a and b. So once if I sum, the result value has to hold by some other variable. So I have declared three variables. These three are same type. Those are integer type. So what's the integer type? It will allow only numeric value. It doesn't allow decimal places or the string values. And then here I have declared one method, that is void add. Add is the method for summing two values. So here int a, int b. These are the parameters. This we call it as a parameters. I am passing two parameters. Those are a comma b. And then here I have used this dot a. It means that this is the a. So see, it is highlighted. This a is this a. So this is current class object reference. This is the current class object reference. So here these variables are class variables. These variables are class variables or instance variables. The variables which we declare inside the class, and outside the method, we call it as a class variables or instance variables. The variables which we have declared inside the method, inside the method signature. This is the method signature up to here. From here to here, we call it as a method signature. So the variables which we declare inside the method, we call it as a local variables. We call it as a local variables. Now here we have two types of variables. Those are class variables. Those variables are declared inside the method and outside inside the class and outside the method. And local variables, those variables declared inside the method. So these are the local variables. The scope of these local variables are within the method. So you can use within this method only. We cannot access those variable values outside this method. If you try to access those local variables outside the method, then it will throw a compile time error. So that if you want to access these local variables from anywhere, then these values I am assigning for the global variables, for class variables, Now this dot A is the class variable. This is the variable. This dot B is the class variable. So it represents the class variables. Who is this? Yeah, Uday, if my voice is breaking sometime, it's a problem from your end. Maybe your network might be a problem. If your internet is not so fast, then obviously my voice will get break. So your network has to be well. And my side network is good. If it is a problem for everyone, then I don't think, see, you can see here, I have a network access, good network access. There is nothing problem from my end. It might be a problem from your end. Okay, so this is a keyword. This keyword represents the current class object. It means the current class variables. And this variable is the this variable. This variable is the this local variable. So now I'm going to create an object for this class method overloading example class. So if I want to create an object for this class, now I need a main method. So the main method has been created, and then I'm going to create an object for this class. So here method overloading example M O L X MOLE equal new method overloading example. So this is the object I have created for this class. This is the way of creating an object for this class. Now, what happens whenever we create this object, a new method overloading, then immediately it will create an object. It allocates the memory space for these variables and this method. And then the method overloading example constructor, this constructor will assign the values for these variables A, B, C. What's the value of A is now? The value of A is 0 by default. If you do not assign any value for integer data type variable, then the constructor will assign the default by default 0. And B value is also 0, C value is also 0. As of now, A, B, C values are 0. So to see that here, you can see what's the values of A, comma B and 0. So out the value of a comma b comma c or so here plus a, the value is a, and then plus is the concatenation comma plus c. Cannot make a static reference to the non-static field. Sorry, this is this is so see now here I am trying to print a value, b value and c value. So right click and run as Java application. Now see the value of a comma b comma c are 0 comma 0 comma 0. So by default, if you do not assign any value, the constructor will assign the value, default value is 0. Okay, just for showing this, the default values, I have written this statement. Okay, now I have created an object for this class method overloading example class. This is a way of creating an object for this class. And then now I want to call this method, that is add method. I want to call this add method. So mol dot add is the method. So here we have two parameters, int a and int b. So we need to pass the values for these two parameters. So for a value I am passing 10. Now a value is 10 and b value I am passing 50. The b value I am passing 50. Now when I run this class, what happened here? Mol dot add. So mol is the object for which class? This method overloading class. Then I'm calling add method. Then immediately it will go to the class and then it will check where's the add method with two parameters. So here this is the add method with two parameters. So now a value is I am passing as a 10, b value are passing as 50. Now this dot a, so this a value is 10. Now 10, a value is 10. It is this dot a, this dot a, this dot a. So this is representing this variable, class variable. So now the value a is 10. And then this dot b equal b. What is the b value? The b value is 50. So it is assigning to the this dot b. That this dot b is this b. So now a value is 10, b value is 50. So c equal to a plus b. 10 plus 50 is a 60. It is assigning to the c value. And then here I am trying to assign system.out.println the value of A and B is C. So it's going to print the C value. So now let us execute this. Just give right click and run as Java application. Now see here, the value of A and B is 60. The value of A is 10, value of B is 50, then the sum of A plus B is 60. The value of A and B is the sum of sorry, the sum of A and B is 60. Run as Java application. The sum of A and B is 60. This is a normal method calling. Now we are discussing about method overloading. What's the method overloading? If we redefine the same method again and again, we call it as a method overloading. Now I will redefine the same method again. Void add, the same method I am redefining. Add. So here I am passing int A, E, int C. Here I am going to create one more variable, that is int D. Here that A equal to A, and then this dot C equaled C and equaled A plus B plus C. And then I'm going to print the value. Sum of A comma B and C is the value whatever D. Now if you see, I have declared the same method one more time in the same class. Add is the method, and also I have a add is the method, one more method with the same name, the same method. So this is the method overloading. If you redefine the same method, more than once in the same class, we call it as a method overloading. But the condition is the number of parameters, must be a vary. So the number of parameters or type of parameters or the order of the parameters must be a difference. Now if you see here, this is the add method, this is also add method, but the number of parameters are differ. Here we have 2 parameters, but here we have 3 parameters. In case if this method is also same number of parameters, then it will throw a compile time error. See here, this is duplicate method add int comma int type method overloading example. It means in method overloading example class we are declaring duplicate method. This is the duplicate method, same method we are trying to declare with the same signature, with the same number of parameters. So the condition is the parameters must be a vary, that is the number of parameters or type of parameters or order of the parameters must be a vary. So now here two parameters, here also two parameters. Of course, there may be a two parameters, but at least it must be a something difference. So if I change the data type here float, then no error. Then no error. So at least the type of the parameters or uh, number of the parameters or order of the parameters must be a vary. Must be a vary. So now here also there is a float. See the error because both both have same number of parameters and same type of the parameters and same order. At least order should be differ. So if order is differ, now it's okay. So now here first parameter is the int type, second parameter is the float type. Now here if you change it as a float, then it's okay. Then it's okay because here first parameter is the float type and second parameter is the int type. Here first parameter is the int type, second parameter is the float type. So it must be a vary in number of parameters or type of parameters or order of the parameters. So the first thing is it should be a vary in number of parameters. If both methods have a same number of parameters, it must be a vary in type of parameters. If number of parameters are same and type of parameters are same, at least it should be a different order, in different order. Then only it will allow. Otherwise, it will be a compile time error. So that is the condition to remember. So now here number of parameters are differ. For this method have two parameters. For this method you have three parameters. Now I am going to create one more method, that is void add. The same method I am going to create again with no parameters. No parameterized method. Parameterized method. Now I am going to create one more method. Add int a. Is one parameterized method.